2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Warriors have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court here at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And with us tonight, the author of the 700-page book of basketball, a must-read, Bill Simmons.
It's great to be here, and everyone wants me to rewrite that book, but I don't have it in me. So much has changed in basketball over the last 9 years. I got to redo my Hall of Fame pyramid, but I can't sit down and do it, Kevin. I think it's going to last.
How long did it take you to write that book?
It was 3 years of my life, and I was young.
Before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge down on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin Durant is much improved as a defender, and maybe it's some overdue appreciation, at least as he sees it. He said, people are starting to recognize me as more than just a scorer. I've been trying to shake that rap since 2012. I look to impact the game on both ends of the floor. Kevin, back to you.
A two-way player to be sure, DA. Thanks. Kevin Durant, an MVP, multiple championships, but he continues to add new wrinkles to his game and takes pride in that part of his game.
Yeah, last year it was the two-way play and the defense in the first 2.5 months of the year. They faded off. That whole team, I think, got tired. I asked some of the Warriors about it last year, just why they get tired when, you know, it wasn't like 17 was that grueling. They kind of rolled through the league. But I think it's just day-to-day, the bullseye being in the spotlight. Every arena you go to.
Best punch every game.
Yeah, you're going into Charlotte. It's the highlight of Charlotte's season to play you, and I think it does wear those guys down. I think the next step with him would be, can he evolve into a stretch five? What could he be Al Horford, basically, and take all the Draymond minutes when Draymond's not playing and just be the other five?
How many stretch fives are in the NBA? Can you count them on one hand, or think of them?
It's the Al Horford, and there's not many. There's not many. But, I mean, a 7-foot guy who's one of the best, 8 shooters of all time is your stretch five. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Can Jokic shoot the three? He can kind of. Yeah. He's got an outside shot, doesn't he?
Unfortunately, Jokic stretches the other team's point total when he's out there. So he's a stretchy other team's total to 120 defender.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Doncic, also Dwight Powell out there, and it's Barea in at the 1. Durant just inside the line. Yes, that goes in.
And right there, KD inside, pretty stealth for a near 7-footer.
There's the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. He's got 6. Bill, since they drafted Steph Curry, the Warriors' fortunes have really changed. Would you call him the most important pick in the history of that franchise?
I would veer it a different way. I think it's one of the most important missed picks
of other teams
in the history of the NBA, because for 2 reasons. One, because the Timberwolves had the 2 picks right before and passed them both times, and took 2 point guards, neither of whom was named Stephen Curry. So that was amazing. The pick after him was the New York Knicks, and if he had gone there, you could make a case that, you know, he saves the Knicks. Or you could make the case that maybe he gets hurt wherever he goes. This is somebody that had really, really bad ankle injuries and was lucky enough to be in an organization in Silicon Valley where he got the right kind of treatment and thought about these new wave ways to treat his ankles. He relearned how he ran.
Core was strengthened.
He strengthened his core and basically took pressure off his ankles, where if he'd come up in the 1980s, maybe he plays 5 years and he's out of the league. And my point is, if he goes to the Timberwolves or goes to the Knicks, he probably gets hurt, and we probably know Stephen Curry is the guy who got hot on Davidson for 2 years.
And a bust in the NBA, right?
Yeah, or not a bust, or like a what-if guy. Like, oh, man, it's too bad that guy got hurt. And instead he goes to the Warriors. So,
well said.
Really a great what-if pick. He has so many bad what-ifs, and this was the perfect what-if.
Well, fade away, and the basket is good.
The amazing part about Durant's shot, he has a pretty compact release for a guy with such great length.
Draymond Green, everything he brings to the table, his defense, his charisma, his offensive game, a great passing game. Is there a player you compare him to?
Well, I have a soft spot for Draymond because we did the courtside show for HBO, the behind-the-scenes finals thing.
Yes.
And he had some of the most unbelievable stuff that we couldn't keep in the show.
No kidding.
Draymond is one of a kind because he's basically a center, but the only other center who's really succeeded at his size was Wes Unseld a million years ago. He's a stretch five who doesn't really shoot threes that well, but tends to make them when he absolutely has to.
But Steve does not want him taking threes.
No.
Not at all.
But when he actually takes them in a big spot, a lot of times they go in.
No.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's a great no-no-yes guy.
Yeah.
I think he brings all their alpha. I don't think Durant and Curry are the traditional alphas, and I think he's kind of the bulldog and the let's go guy.
And you need that on a good team, don't you?
And the best thing with him is when he's playing well, they're unstoppable. When he has it, and there's nights, I thought during the 25-game winning streak to start the 16 season, I thought he was incredible. And the intensity that he played with every night was really inspiring.
Triple doubles and
oh my God,
every category.
Taking on crowds and just, I just love that guy.
Now we've seen some top prospects forego college, enter the G League straight out of high school. What do you think is the future of the G League, and do you like where it sits right now?
I do. I wish they spent more money on salaries.
I agree.
I wish they blew it out. I mean, I think this is the first year we've had 30 G League teams. This should be the #1 place you'd want to go after high school. You should not want to go to college. You should want to go to a AAA awesome league that's set up.
And they're bringing kids up and down off that G League roster all the time.
It's just better, and you're going to have a better chance to succeed as a professional basketball player. You see the situation we're in now with the one-and-done guys. They go to college. They show up in September. They're playing all the way through till March. Whenever they get knocked out, they drop out of college. And they might last, till round 2 in the tournament, which is what, March 20th?
Right.
And they're out. So they've been in college for 6.5 months. How's that a good system? They didn't even finish 2 semesters. So I would much rather see the G League work, and I don't understand why they don't spend a little more on it and just make it like a force. I don't think the moves are that hard.
Timeout called the Warriors. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And in that one, it was all about shutting down the paint. They were just terrific in terms of their rim protection.
It was big-time shot blocking. They were energetic, intimidating, and that really affected the outcome.
He's checked in for Dwight Powell. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Durant. No good again that time.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
With the shot, and it's Dallas with another.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it.
A nice shot by Barea. Barea's got his first 2 points of the night.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
It's led to a big lead. Credit the leadership on this team. They've kept everyone focused on what matters.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous. of the most demonstrative players in the game, Draymond Green speaks about the importance of passion and effort on defense.
That's all defense is. It is effort. It's the effort to win.
Well, and he should know, a former Defensive Player of the Year.
You know, he just takes pride in being their anchor defensively. And if he's not seeing that effort, he's going to let you know about it.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And quite a position here for the Mavericks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
They also want to be unpredictable. Mix up the play calling. Keep the defense guessing.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got J.J. Barea. Porzingis is out there with measuring. Then there's Doncic. Measuring with the steal. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. Fires the three. Another three for Dallas. Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah. I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their kind of their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree. But for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
Well, you challenge people, which is that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And
That's
you
how
got to be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it. Yeah.
So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk. We did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them. And they won the title.
How old were you in 17?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not going to lie. I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Cowens on that team?
Cowens, Havlicek,
Yep.
JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever of the the kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something. But triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half and the first overtime.
Oh, no.
But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
Poked loose. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Now we'll check across the NBA the best shooters from the stripe. Second, Stephen Curry.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
Bell, he's checked in for Looney. The Mavericks also with a sub. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Salah Measure. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That is his first foul of the game. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Iguodala, the pass to Cousins.
And it's just encouraging to see Luka step up on defense. Must continue to bring that type of intensity.
Making a dent in this deficit. He's been on point tonight.
Launches a three, and again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
To the paint, here's Bell, and he dunks it down.
Good vision from Steph, but for that play to work, you also have to get open. Steph put it on the money.
And the basket by Harris.
Dropping dimes all night. He's been completely locked in.
Unselfish basketball, that'll make you very popular amongst your teammates.
Buries the long-range jumper.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Hey, Bill, thanks for coming by. Fantastic stuff as usual. We really appreciate your time.
Appreciate being on. Go Celtics.
You can't root on these, Bill.
I'm absolutely rooting. That's my team.
And Smitty's so great to have Bill with us, a guy who's ahead of the curve creatively.
Kevin, he was a pioneer in blogging, Emmy nominated for his work on documentaries. The guy never stops thinking of new ways to produce content.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws here for the night. Steve, you think about Coach Steve Kerr as a player, the 50th pick in 1988, and for his career, the best three-point percentage in NBA history.
I played with him, and I played against him. Always had to know where he was on the floor. The perfect coach for this sharpshooting team. Whether it's scoring, passing, or just acting as a decoy, his value to this team cannot be understated.
Nailed from three-point land. 6 points for Nowitzki.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here's Doncic, defended by Durant. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, if you wonder why they're in control of this game, just look at his stats from the field. Solid, solid, solid.
Curry kicks to Cousins. On the wing, it's Iguodala. 24 seconds left here in the second. Just 5 to shoot. Cousins inside, headed by Porzingis, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. There's 14 seconds left in the second quarter. Now, here's Doncic, defended by Durant. For the 3. Good! Another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks, able to put on a show for the ages. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, Draymond, at times in that first half, they got to...
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 40 points and 3 rebounds. An extremely potent first 2 quarters for him. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
One guy that really stood out, Luka Doncic. I would say in terms of readiness. Here you have a young guy who's stronger than he should be at his age and more developed in terms of skill.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining.
An amazing view of the new eastern span of the beautiful Bay Bridge, which opened in 2013. Welcome back to Oakland, everyone. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
What I love watching is they are working for high percentage looks and cashing in when they get them.
The talented forward pair of Durant and Green at the 3 and the 4. Curry and Thompson are the 1 and the 2. And it's Cousins in at the center filling out the middle. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
This Warriors super team drawing comparisons to the teams of the past. Michael Jordan's Bulls, the Showtime Lakers, the same buzz in the building when they come to play.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Left side Durant. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Curry. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 2nd in scoring, 9th in assists. And he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And what he's doing right now, carving up defensive schemes at will, 2nd best scorer in the league. It's just a marvelous thing to watch and appreciate. And Smitty, some argue that this Warriors team is the best of all time. Some heated debates.
The Warriors players wise to sidestep those questions. They're focused on the now, dominate the teams in front of them, and keep winning championships.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Third quarter of basketball, we're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Thompson. He kicks it to Cousins. Curry finds Green. Durant feeling it out a bit. Can they get it? And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And you remember there were questions about KD's athleticism going into the 2007 draft. None now. He can throw it down with the best of them.
Hits it from 3-point range.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Curry against Barea. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
The versatility of Curry in the pick and roll. He can make a play for himself, the roller, or someone else on the perimeter.
Lets it go from deep. Connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that 3-point shot.
Cousins dishes to Curry. The 3-pointer off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
A 3-pointer is right on target. 37 points for him. You know, Steve, when it comes to playing with maximum intensity, who is at the top of the list for you?
Russell Westbrook by far. I mean, this guy right now is
yeah, right. I love
all
that.
intensity. I think Draymond Green is another one of those guys. Marcus Smart, I think.
Good, another from 3.
And all season long, he's been nothing but money from beyond the arc.
You're right. He's been nothing short of amazing for him as he edges closer to 3rd most 3-pointers in a single season. Pass to Doncic. Fires the 3. And another one falls.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Durant, the pass to Thompson. Beyond the arc. And Durant gets it to go. The assist from Green. And that's now 11 points for Kevin Durant.
It's really nothing you can do to stop that. Durant at his height, he has a quick trigger, and he makes it look easy.
Back to Powell. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Doncic. And again for 3.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc. Buries it from 3-point range.
Steph just doing his thing from downtown. That's his game.
Passes it to Barea. They double him with Green. Barea kicks to Powell. Back to Barea. Puts up a 3. Connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Lets the 3 fly. And again for 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep.
Sometimes before Thompson even catches the pass, he knows he's firing.
For 3. Good, another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Golden State's gone 4-6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Kevon Looney is checked in for Golden State. Then for the Mavericks, Mejri, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. And Evan Harris is subbed in for J.J. Barea. Durant with a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple. Durant's gone just 1 of 4 from deep. Here's Doncic. And again for 3.
Splashes home another 3, and he moves into second place all time with that make for a game.
Greg, you have to think that every time he releases the ball from deep, it's going to go in. He just keeps raining it down on him.
I mean, Steph's elite scoring ability plus his relentless approach equals greatness.
Fires from deep. Another 3 for Dallas.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
And so it's Dallas, holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to... And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball and
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Doncic at the 3 and Dirk at the 4. Then there's Mejri. Then it's Lee. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. On Sunday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. Then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And you know, for that Hornets matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Terrific work inside from Looney. He continues to get more comfortable down there.
Lets it go from deep, and again for 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Golden State's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. And Bell kicks to Iguodala. And Jerebko has it in the corner. Here's Cook. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
No good on that one. The Warriors shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Now the pass to Bell. Sinks that one from the post.
And this is where Bell likes to operate. Comfortable inside, knows he can get it done from there.
From downtown, and got it. Another basket.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. You hear the term empty stats every once in a while, Steve, usually referring to great production on a bad team. How valid do you think that theory is?
It is. A lot of guys you see are averaging, these numbers, and players look around, and the players you're saying, unfortunately for him, those numbers are empty stats because there are a lot of times these numbers are found in when the game is decided, and a lot of times on bad teams you see these guys going for numbers. Then you get a chance to see them play on good teams, and those stats just don't match up.
Good explanation. Warriors have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Here's McKinney. Measury with the rebound.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
Back to Jackson. Kicks it to Burke. Over Cook. And there's Burke. That's good on the assist by Jackson.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
I like that they're trying to maximize the value of each possession, and their coach likes it.
Pass to McKinney. Over Jackson. Shots good by McKinney.
The mid-range game is becoming more of a lost art, but not for this guy.
Here's Lee outside. Another three for Dallas.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Iguodala kicks to McKinney. Pass to Bell. Here's McKinney. Now Iguodala passes it to McKinney. No good on the three.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here is Cook, guarded by Jackson. The pass to McKinney. It's rebounded by Dallas. Measury's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Jackson, that's good.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Shots good by McKinney.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Nowitzki outside, puts up a three. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Nowitzki's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Mavs. Golden State's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Iguodala outside. Steve, do you think the NBA is heading to a place where ideal lineups will have 5 capable playmakers on the floor, like a more of a positionless game?
Yeah, I think so, Kevin. I think right now teams are trying to find a guy that's 6'7", 6'8", that defensively can play, guys that are larger, and then on offensive end, somewhat a la Draymond Green, can run point guard for you. So I think right now that's the size and skill set people are looking forward to.
Wait a minute, you just described yourself.
The only difference was we had guys that were 7'2", 7'3", 350, so I had to play the guard position.
Cook dishes to Urepko. Clock at 6. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And this will push their record to 39 wins and a good effort tonight.
And they're going to bring this season series to an end with a very nice victory here today. These teams spent a lot of time on the floor together this year.
Jackson has the open look, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one. They have been on fire.
A fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Iguodala, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Iggy is so creative down low, just overwhelming the defense with his athleticism.
First free throw is good. And Iguodala drops them both. Dallas with the ball. Pass to Mejri. Left side Jackson. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.